Hey Trident and hey YouTube, Alex and Jason from Trident. We're back giving you our weekly recap from this week's courses. We spent all week working on half guard, exploring the position from the bottom, from the top, learning what's important about it, learning the structural intricacies of both sides of it. Today for the video, we're going to go through a pass from the top of the half guard. So Jason's going to go ahead, go on his back. He's going to put me in a good solid half guard position. Bottom leg's hooked, nice and tight against my hamstring, good triangle on the opposite part of my legs. Now Jason is always wanting to stay up on his side for this half guard position. This is where he's offensive from. For my part, I need to flatten him out, and the most important thing about any of this is I need to get this underhook. From here, I'm in real risk of him taking my back from just about everything he can do. So I need to grip the gi, not his skin, be nice, find the gi, good handlebar. I'm going to use that to posture out, get a little space, and I move my chest to the side. This creates a little space between me and him. My hand circles, drives underneath, and then this is the most important step of this phase. I drive my shoulder all the way into his armpit, nice and tight. From here, this hand is going to come up and it's going to grip his lapel. There are a lot of other variants of what you can do with this. We like the lapel grip because this really locks him on. If you're going to put a handlebar around someone's neck, you might as well use it. Get that. From here, I'm going to use my chest and my body. I'm not pushing with this tricep. I'm taking my body and I'm driving him flat. This takes away a lot of his mobility and kills a lot of his options as far as sweeps and counters go. So I get him flat, most important part. Now my head comes from this side with my underhook to the other side of his body, and it's going to go to the ground to help stabilize my base. This hand, for this particular variation, is going to wrap over. We're going to make a little C-grip we use all the time. I'm going to check the back of his elbow, and it's going to lift, and I just lock my elbow to his side. So this is what my position is going to look like from here. Lots of different ways to do this, with an underhook, with a gi grip. For right now, this is the most fundamental basic look at it. From here, we've flattened him out. Now we can start attacking his half guard. We're going to utilize this low leg, and we're going to pressure it with my outside leg. This leg comes up on the knee, and I set my laces right inside his hamstring, like so. I'm going to thread him as best I can. From here, I see a lot of people make the mistake of trying to pry his legs apart, and they wonder why this pass doesn't work. This leg doesn't pry. This leg is simply sitting there to provide a downward counterforce on this leg. My leg that is in his half guard is what does the actual lifting of this. I put the ball of my foot on the ground, and I use that natural lever it builds to straighten my leg. That's where I get the space in the half guard. From here, I slide the knee through, both knees come to the mat. Once both knees touch, this foot steps out, makes a base, and from here it becomes super important that I turn and I do almost a knee slide pass. I drop this hip to the ground. This knee is going to come up to his shoulder. He's carrying all my weight through this motion. Once I'm here, I settle in, make sure it's nice and tight. When we teach, we're up here. When we do it, we're down here. From here, I take my back foot, turn over. You see that motion looks a lot like our knee slide pass from last week. I'm turning, driving him over. My knee goes close to his head, and I've established this nice, tight, high side mount. Hand wraps around, and I can start my attacks from side. So, that takes us through our knee slide pass review from the half guard. I'm Alex, this is Jason. Get in, train with us next week. We're going to be moving on from the half guard. We're going to be looking at some dynamic guard work next week. It'll be all kinds of fun. Thanks, man.